Right, so let's go back to Andy, and in here we want to use the spin component, and we've used this in the past. So again, show code, and you can see that it's really simple. So we need that. So this is the loading outlined, and then the spin indicator. And if I go back to student drawer form, so in here, let me just copy this, or actually paste that. So we have the and icon in there, and I'm going to import. So import, and you can see that imported for me. And also we need the spin indicator in here. And what we're going to do is the following. So here we need some state. So I'm going to say const and submitting, and then set submitting equals to, and then use, and then state, and this will be false initially. There we go. And we need to import use state. So here I'm going to say import, and then use state, and then from, and then react. There we go. Semicolon there. And now if I scroll down in here, so basically when we submit the form, so here, so on finish, we want to say set and then submitting, and this will be equal to true. If we have an error, so here we want to basically once the response comes back, we want submitting to false, so set submitting, and this will be false. And the same for the error, so set submitting, and then equals to false. But we could do something better. So here you see that we do it in two places. We can say, oops, I didn't want to delete that, so delete this. I can say dot, and then finally, and then this is a function. Oops. So just like that. And then I'm going to say set submitting to false. There we go. Now let's go ahead and use this state. So basically inside of our form in here, so let's just go here and let's have a second row. So this will be a row, and inside of this row we want this spin indicator. So here I'm going to say the following. I'm just going to add this curly bracket, and then I'm going to say submitting, and then paste the spin indicator, and I need to import this. So import spin, and then I didn't copy fully, so I need to close this and then go back to our form, and in here let's give this a go. So I'm going to reload the page and then add new student, and here I'm going to say hello, hello, and then mail, and submit. We should see a loader in here. So submitting, and you can see that that was super quick, right? That was really quick. Have a look. So what I'm going to do in fact is I'm going to stop the application. So I'm going to stop the backend and then run in debug mode, and open up student controller and add a breakpoint in here. There we go, up and running. And now if I submit, you can see that it stopped here, but have a look, this is now loading. So this is really cool, right? And as soon as I remove this and then resume, you can see that it works. So the submitting is gone. And also we want to close this form. So let's go back here and open up app.js in here, or actually student drawer form. And what we're going to do is the following. So here, basically only on success, we want to close the form. And remember here we have on close. So basically we're just going to call on and then close. So on and then close, And there we go. It's as simple as that. Save this, go back, let me submit again, and you can see that it worked, right? So let me just go back here, student controller. Let me add the breakpoint. So you see again, add new student, and then let's just use these same values, submit, and you can see that it's loading. And now if I remove the breakpoint and then resume, you can see that it closes the form for us. And this is really good, right? So now basically what we need to do is to basically also call the fetch students, right? Because now we need to reload the page to get all of the students. So let's go back once more, and in here inside of the student drawer form, and let me collapse this. So basically we say on close, right? But also we want to fetch all students. So here, if I open up app.js, and remember before we have this fetch students. So what we're going to do is pass that inside of our component. So here, I'm going to say fetch students equals to fetch students. And then let's go back to student drawer form. And we're going to say that we want to receive as well. So here, let me just see if I can do this. So this is not good, actually. It's not good indentation, but let me just say here, and hopefully you can see. So fetch students, and then here, so on close. So let's actually say we want to on close, and then after it, fetch all students. And there we go. And this with semicolon, save this. And now let's test this. So here, so you see that we have a couple of students. So here, let me just add a new student. So this will be test or testing, whatever, and then lol, and then other, submit. And if I scroll up, or actually scroll down, you can see that we have testing and then lol and other. So this is working. Let me show you again. So here, hello, and then world, and then boom, something like that. Submit, and you can see that we have hello world, boom, and then boom. So this is working beautifully. So let me go back and explain why this is working. So here we pass the fetch students, right, into this functional component as a prop, and basically inside of app.js, this fetch students right here, you can see that what it does is it gets all students, and then basically it gets the JSON, and then it sets the students here. So this is what is doing the thing, right? So here, set students, and set students is this state right here. So if you have any questions on what we've done here, drop me a message. Otherwise, let's go ahead and add a notification right here when we successfully add a student to our database.